first interview, we have Alex Siebel, Mike Pittman, and Risto Caput. 3 for the price of 1 here at Baku. We'll start, of course, with the race winner, Alex Siebel. What a masterstroke of a win that was.
Thank you.
That was brilliant. The strategy you pulled at the end, I didn't think it was going to work, I'll be honest, but you proved us wrong, and you pulled out an immense lead by the end of it.
Yeah, Risto was extremely fast. I didn't expect it like that because yesterday he weren't as quick, so he must have found some temps over the night. So I couldn't overtake him in the first stint with the same tires. So I had to go for the alternative strategy.
Yeah, indeed. Obviously, I had to take an alternate strategy, but it paid off in the end with that fantastic and well-deserved win. This is going to help you fight back to get back in the championship hunt now after a subpar first couple of rounds, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm looking just race after race because the first 2 rounds I feel comfortable, but then in the end 0 points. So I will take each race as its own, and then we'll look at the standings after the season.
Yeah, a very, very astute way of looking at it, of course, and one that could indeed win in championship if it came to that. And, well, Risto Caput, 2nd place to your own teammate at the end, but still ahead in the championship compared to Siebel.
Yeah, that's great. That's absolutely my goal for the race. Just like Alex, I was surprised that I got close. In qualifying, I really exceeded myself and was controlling it in the beginning, but it was obvious that although he tried to overtake me once, that he could just drive in the DRS and save a little bit of fuel for more boost later. And since we were on an alternate strategy from the beginning, he would have ultra softs and max boost in the end. So it was good, but in the end the gap was not that big at all. So I am very satisfied. It was very hard to keep Jarl behind as I was running out of fuel, but it was very tense, very, very tight, but I did a perfect race, and that's a great result.
Yeah, indeed, a difficult race, but getting second in the end very much helps. And I'm going to ask, it definitely helps ACL Zach Speed in the team's championship as well. I think you overhaul Epic with that. So that's going to be very useful for using the team's championships. We'll talk to Mike Pittman now, the team boss, though, who I'm sure had several heart-in-mouth moments throughout that race.
That first stint, there was one particular moment, yeah. And obviously the start in general was always a bit iffy, having watched the last 2 nights. And the last few Super League races as well. We were all a bit, watching Alex in case he just wasn't there for some reason at some point. But no, fantastically, they both got to the end, so I couldn't have asked for more. That's a fantastic team that I've got here.
Yeah, of course, and arguably the best driver lineup, at least in Super League at the moment. And, well, the car behind them as well, coming together as well, that Valiant engine going, more power. May have had to look after fuel a bit, but most certainly paid off in the end.
Well, it looks that way, doesn't it? 1, 2, and a 4th and a 7th as well. We've only got 6 cars, and 2 didn't finish. The other 4 on the top 7. So that shows kind of how Valiant worked, I suppose. So good work for the other teams as well. Great that they're part of it. Sorry to the other teams, I suppose, that didn't choose the Valiant. But otherwise, no. These guys are fantastic. They whatever car we put them in, they do brilliantly well anyway. So. I can't ask for more, and to be right up there, Alex deserves this bit of luck after the last 2 races as well. And Risto just carries on as always, doing fantastically well, and either of them would have deserved the win, but to come away with a 1-2 is every team manager's dream. With no collisions, that's tick box all the way today. Brilliant.
Yeah, lots of tick boxes. Just one more quick question for Alex Siebel before we round up this particular interview. And Alex, obviously this is one victory for you. We see taking the races race by race, taking everything as it comes. And, well, to get your first win in Super League, though, because this is your first win in Super League, must feel good. Yeah,
of course, it's quite special to win Super League, especially with this driver lineup everywhere. At every team, it's quite competitive, so... It was already satisfying to be in front in qualifying the first, or at least the first round, already at the top together with Risto. But to get it transformed into a victory is, of course, a really special moment.
Yeah, indeed, great stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us, Alex Siebel, Risto Caput, and Mike Pittman, the entire Avid Chronic Racing Zach Speed contingent joining us, and well done on a fantastic 1-2.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Right, I think it's time that we bring a certain, a certain edge driver into the mix. Jarl Tyen joins us now. Great to have you with us, Jarl, 3rd place.
I'm actually pretty disappointed, I'll be honest. But getting tired of finishing third. I think today could have been a lot better had turn one gone a lot better. I look in my mirrors and I see someone full locking and they completely smash it to my left rear, and I have probably half a second slower car every lap after that. My tire wear was completely wrecked after that. I was supposed to go 2 laps longer on each ultra soft stint, but I had to cut them short every time because my tire economy was completely wrecked with the damage. Gained a lot more time than I expected considering the damage, but I think I would have had something to fight for the win had my car been okay through turn one.
Yeah, indeed. Still, though, managing to get a third place, which might not have been what you wanted, but definitely what you ended up with. And well, it does favour Edge in the Teams Championship, I guess, as well. Peter Berlak finishing further down the order, though. But your third place going to help you keep your team in the Teams Championship.
Sure. Yeah. These early races, it's about salvaging as many point finishes as possible, and I guess even though I think me and Petr was a little unlucky today, we still salvaged 15 or 16 points for me, and I don't know where Petr finished. I guess he's outside the points, but 16 points is all right.
Petr finished inside the points.
Sorry?
You've got a double points finish. Petr finished inside the points, so you managed to get a double points finish.
Perfect. Yeah, I wasn't sure. His car 14th. Was completely destroyed after getting dive bombed. So yeah, good for him. That's great. I'm very happy with that then, considering our lap one was pretty abysmal.
Yeah, indeed. Slightly unfortunate race in that regard, but still third place, something to be very proud of. Thank you all for joining us, and pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. Thanks for streaming.
Right, okay, I think it is time to bring a certain German into proceedings, and that would be one Florian Geyer. So, you know what? I think I'm going to give the honours. Sorry about that. I did warn you that you were coming in now, but I'll give the honours to this interview to Alex Linner.
Hey, Flo, welcome to the broadcast. Obviously, congrats on the first points for Street Fighter this year, first of all. Obviously, pretty quiet race for you guys, just running your own race, trying to keep out of all the chaos that was going on through turn one. Was it a race you want? Was that the result you wanted, or did you think you could have gotten any higher than that?
That certainly wasn't the result I wanted. But hello, first of all, everyone. Yeah, quali. It was quite a mess. My PP from testing on last group would have got me P3, but the usual thing with me, I don't get it together in quali and mess up pretty every attempt. And was what was it, P19 or something like that. Yeah, Ben wasn't far off me. I think he done a good job. And then lap one, we just tried to avoid potential carnage ahead. Yeah, and then I don't know where I was, P13 or something like that, or P9, I don't know. I was battling with Adam Taylor, but he got me into the wall twice, and my car was pointing to the left from that onwards, and I lost quite a lot of pace. But it's no excuse. I mean, P11 is pretty much a disappointing result, to be honest, when I know the pace me and Ben had. But yeah, we gotta take it. I mean, we had two horrible races so far this season, and Ben really deserved points today. He wasn't far off me, and even ahead of me at some point when I outbraked myself in turn 3. I'm just disappointed for the guy. But we're getting there, baby steps. Obviously, pace, clean air was alright, just 4 seconds behind Cooper and Fournier and Kirk at some point, and I was pretty confident to get them, but for some reason it didn't work from then onwards. And yeah,
that's pretty much the story today. Yeah.
Was just one of those races, and obviously being the only Street Fighter to actually finish in the points with Ben having issues, it's not the most ideal of finishes, but at least you managed to finally get some points on the board after the two what were effectively atrocious races, with you being sent into the air in Melbourne and then having the issues throughout the whole race, and then just eventually parking the car at China. Is there anything else that you can think of that could potentially boost the car for the rest of the season, or is it just a case of actually finishing without issues?
No, the targets stay the same. I mean, the guys in the room here and everybody else watching probably thinks I'm crazy or so, but my goal is still the World Championship. It's that hasn't changed, you know. I mean, if I had any other goals, I might as well stay home, and you know. And that's the same for Ben. He's trying everything, and we together as a team with the guys, pushing really hard, and we try all we can to improve the situation. It's not ideal and easy, but I think the base for the stand, we can do this. And at this point, I just like to thank Red Bull because you know, they're pretty they're helping us. So I mean, it's gonna go forward, I'm sure. And I also like to thank the other guys in the team. They helped us pretty good in testing. And also congrats to ACR, Alex, first win, Weatherman. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you, Flo, and hopefully your race results can pick up towards the rest, or throughout the rest of the season. We're now going to bring in Florian Guy's teammate, who sadly just dropped out of the points on the final lap, Ben Horrell. Ben, I feel for you, I really do, and it's such a shame to see you drop out of the points on that final lap.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough race. Up until about lap 40, I thought me and Flo had, some pretty easy double points. We just started saving fuel, bringing the car home, sort of, limp home mode. Trying to keep the gap to Pedro, which I was doing. We're about a second apart. Then had a lag spike, which put me into Pedro's car, and I ended up upside down against the barrier. So yeah, that wasn't ideal. Everybody went through. Had about a 20-second gap to 15th or 16th. Sorry. Thought I'd have enough to bring the car home, but no, it just wasn't. The car was pretty undrivable for the last sort of 5 laps, and yeah, unfortunate, but we go again in Spain.
Yeah, indeed, and yeah, obviously not the best run in the world here, but indeed doing a decent job of the race, I guess, today. Goals going forward, I assume, will be the same, trying to get some more points.
Yeah, more points. Points mean prizes. Flo's probably one of the most motivated drivers I've ever raced with or come across. So we'll be going back now, starting testing for Catalonia in about sort of 10 minutes, and yeah, hopefully we'll be both in the interview again for Spain, but this time as podium runners. That's the goal for Spain.
Yeah, indeed, and well, that just goes to show how dedicated you are. It is going to start now, but yeah, indeed, great stuff. Thank you for joining us, Florian and Ben, and well, it is a shame that we do have to lose you now, obviously, from this broadcast, but better luck for the next race.
Cheers, guys. See you again.
Thank you.
Right, and finally, I think it's time that I fanboy a bit, because we've got Jeffrey Fournier in the lobby with us, who got a 6th place in the points, and great stuff from you, Jeffrey. Not quite the win, but very good result anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Not a great quality, to be honest, and yeah, I just tried to move up during the race, and actually P6 was the best I could do today, so very happy with that, and to continue my point finish streak.
Yeah, indeed, and keep the points on, keep rolling, and keep beating, I guess, Boyer in the standings as well. And that result has really kept you in the contention for the championship. Yes, you're a bit behind Risto Kappa now, but still doing very well.
Well, actually, I think ACR and Hedgie and guys like Dennis Jordan are way quicker than me. But yeah, if I can, let's say if I can stay in the top 8, it will be a good first year for us in Super League.
Yeah, I think that would be a fantastic goal indeed. And looking forward to the next few races then, obviously. Any you're particularly looking forward to?
Well, I'm just very looking forward for Monaco, to be honest.
Oh, yes, of
It's my
course.
favorite track, so yeah, we'll see what we can do. And with the next upgrade, let's see if we can continue the top 10 finishes.
Yeah, and of course you got your home Grand Prix on the 24th of May as well at Paul Ricard, which is going to be an interesting one too, isn't it?
Well, great to have a race in France, but yeah, not my favorite track anyway, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Great stuff anyway. Thank you very much, Jeffrey, and brilliant
Thank you
sixth
for the
again.
broadcast.
Oh, no problem. Our pleasure, especially when people like you make it so easy to talk well about it. And I think that rounds out the interviews.